The 4th of July 2026. I am still alive.
You know, I'd complain about being tired, about being exhausted, but apparently it's now our national identity.
This woman just left them to die. Yeah, this is all about cruel Ukrainians. Hello everyone, greetings from the capital of freedom. In this video I will show you how we, ordinary residents of Kiev, live in our city during the war. Today is the 4th of July 2026. Yeah, it's me again, yeah. I'm the one who told you 2 days ago I am broken, I'm sick, I'm going to have a very complicated spinal surgery. This is my last video, no more videos. Goodbye, my love, goodbye. Yeah, this is me. I know some people would say, oh my God, again, this is she again. Let's give her this money for her surgery and let her go because we are fed up of her. My dear friends, just one video, one farewell video. I have several reasons, but the main reason I just wanted to tell you thank you, my dear Never Give Up community. You know, 2 days ago when I posted that video about the Russian missile attack, and when I asked for your help, it was 1 a.m. I went to bed. And when I woke up early in the morning and when I switched my phone off, I was amazed. No, I think I was shocked by the scale of your support. Some people whom I have never met, people wrote, "You are not alone. We love you." You know, I just burst into tears, and I was sitting at my kitchen and thinking, they love me. What do they love me for? For my terrible English, for my awful pronunciation, for my stupid jokes. What do they love me for? I was crying, honestly. Okay, I don't want this video, I don't want to complain, to talk about all these health issues. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help and thank you for your support. Yes, this is my, this is my farewell video before having that spinal surgery. It's very hard to hold this selfie stick, but you know, I'm a real hero. I took 3 painkillers, yeah. So for several hours I will be okay. Thank you. You are very kind to me. I don't know what to say, but still there are people, you know, there are always such people who criticized me, who asked some uncomfortable, I would say, harsh questions. One woman wrote, did I understand this correctly? So you took your kids, you took your dog during the missile attack, and you went outside because you didn't because you didn't want to die under the rubble, and you left your cat Tosik alone at home to die. My God, I have never thought about this from such perspective. My cat Tosik, you know, my cat Tosik, he's a huge Maine Coon cat. His weight is 12 kilos, and actually I can't explain this fact. So my dog Tosik, my God, my dog Richie reacts to all the explosions, all the sounds of the Russian missiles. But Tosik doesn't care at all. He's sleeping. So even Russian ballistic missiles can disrupt his daily or nightly routine. So it was just unbearable to stay inside our apartment, and we decided to go outside. I think it's a proven fact that when you are physically active, your level of stress goes down. So we decided just to walk our dog, yes, of course, and to film the neighboring building on fire. But to accuse me, we have never gone to a shelter. And if we were to go to a shelter, of course we would take Tosik with us. But honestly, my dear friends, I can't imagine me carrying a 12 kilos cat in my arms, especially after having had that spinal surgery. I don't know what to say. I think I didn't deserve such comments. Okay, what else? 1 second, I need a break. Тось, фу, ты ж мокрый.
Вот Ричику интересно.
Тосик.
Тосик, хороший мальчик. Хороший, красивый. Ой, какой же тигр. Рысь, рысь, рысь. Ну что вы пришли? Не было вас. Чего вы сюда пришли вообще, приперлись?
Is it hot? It's very hot, yeah. Look at Tosik. Poor Tosik. Tosik, are you ready for the Russian attack? My God. know, Tosik is a pro-Russian cat, and we are hostages in our apartment because of Tosik. But there was another story, similar story. It was a huge scandal. So once upon a time, you know my stories. So 2 days ago, when that Russian attack took place, one woman, she lives only with her cat and her dog. She lives in the Darninsky district. Sorry, excuse me. It is so painful. Like my family, she has never gone to a shelter, but the day before the attack, her brother called her and he said, you absolutely must go to a shelter because this attack is going to be a very heavy one. And you know, the Darninsky region, Darninsky district suffers a lot, much more compared to other districts of Kiev. So she went to a shelter, first time in her life, she went to a shelter and she left her cat and her dog. It's, excuse me, it's hard even to walk. So she left her cat and dog at her apartment, and the next morning her neighbor called her and she said, now you have no more apartment because the Russian missile hit our building, and people were trying hard to find her dog and her cat. Neither her cat nor her dog were found dead or alive. Only later her cat was found in the neighboring courtyard. It was absolutely terrified, but people are still trying to find her dog. Then cruel Ukrainians started writing hateful comments about this woman in all social media, like, she went to a shelter and she left her pets to die in her apartment. So she locked them to die. My dear friends, it's a very sensitive issue. Okay, have you ever planned on a Russian missile to hit and destroy your building? Okay, if you feel safe, why do you go to a shelter? If you feel unsafe, why do you leave your pets locked at your apartment? Even if this woman made a mistake, I think I wouldn't write any hateful messages and comments to her and about her, because she has suffered enough already. Why make her suffer even more? Oh, excuse me, my dear friends, I need a break.
Тож сьогоднішню ось цю страшну ніч вона пересиділа в укритті, а вже ближче до ранку їй зателефонували сусіди і повідомили, що її квартира зруйнована і, скоріш за все, непридатна до житла. Більше давайте почуємо у прямій мові.
Подзвонила сусідка і каже: Оля, ти де? Я кажу: я в укритті. А що сталося? Вона каже: все, твоєї квартири більше немає.
Собака Ніта, коли вибило двері, вона просто вибігла із квартири, потім вибігла із під'їзду. Як, власне, зараз власники намагаються її знайти, втім, поки що безрезультатно. Нагадаю, що собака відкликається на ім'я Ніта, вона має руде забарвлення.
There is another inexplicable, mysterious fact. So the story is the following. When the residents of Kiev returned to their burnt-out flats, flats destroyed as a result of the Russian attacks. Can you imagine the following picture? Everything has been burnt out. Their apartment has been burnt down. Furniture, all their belongings, everything, absolutely everything. But only one thing remains safe. Only one thing has survived. Can you guess? Can you guess? Do you have any ideas? Only one thing, an album with family photographs. And there have been several cases like this. No one can explain this. So everything has been burned down, and absolutely safe, only one thing. an album with family photographs. I can't explain this, can you? Okay, my dear, I'm terribly sorry. I haven't responded to your messages and to your comments. I spent the whole day, I mean yesterday, visiting doctors and having my tests done, oh my God, and having my tests done. My pronunciation is terrible. Your ears are bleeding. Thank you for watching these silly videos. Okay, I will tell you a funny story. Yesterday, when I visited my neurosurgeon, I asked him, is there any chance for me not to have this scar on my neck? You know, I'm a bit of a media person, and he looked at me and asked, are you an actress? Are you a journalist? I said, no, I'm a university, I'm an academic teacher. And he said, he smiled and he said, well, excellent. So you will be the most intimidating Ukrainian teacher with a scar on her neck, and all your students will be scared, will be terrified of you. Okay, we will check, maybe in September. 7 a.m. and your old Baba Vita is making videos about medical service in Ukraine. Unexpectedly. Even my kids made a joke. When my kids got to know that I will have a metal implant in my neck, they said, we will never go to any shopping centers or malls with you because you will be beeping when leaving any shop. I will be beeping, my dear friends. Okay, I will check and I will tell you. Мне просто интересно.
Вот тут.
А это
Вот
что?
тут
Это
3 грыжи. Это атлант. Это череп. И
Вот.
у вас вот это вот хотят...
А вот это
так-
шея получается.
Да. И вам
Это
хот-
вот сюда
И
мне.
вам хотят вот так вот через горло, напрямую. Вот здесь вот трахея, сонная
Мне просто
артерия.
интересно,
Я вам
как
просто...
это-
Вот я же вам объясняю. Вот здесь вот у вас... Это у нас второй позвонок, третий.
Вот это что, грыжа?
Ну, это так и показано. Она вообще здесь внутри канала, внутри вертебрального
Ну, вот это
канала.
красненькое.
Это типа да, но они так практически не выскакивают. Они выскакивают либо поджимая конкретно вот корешок, вот здесь она выскакивает.
А вот это
или
нервы,
нет.
да?
Да.
But the funniest story was about my cousin. I didn't want him to know about all my health issues, about that upcoming spinal surgery. But you know, my mom called his mom, her sister, and like in a few hours I got a message. Actually, a very funny message. I don't know how to translate it correctly to convey his sense of humor, but it sounded like a hack. No, like an old Baba, like Baba Vita. It's high time for you to be sitting or on those benches with other grannies and to discuss your test results. I responded, I'm not so old. Okay, but you know, then he said that they had lost all their vehicles. Yeah, we are destroying their plants, factories, vehicles, but Russian kamikaze drones also destroying ours. So they have lost all their vehicles, and he said, like, we have only one old useless vehicle left. I asked, a Zhiguli? Which model of Zhiguli? Okay, that it's not funny, but then he said we decided to to ask for help for the international audience, and we made a video in English. I asked, in English, really, a video in English? And he said, yeah, can you watch our video, and what do you think about our pronunciation? I watched their video and I wrote, the pronunciation is terrible, just like mine. Okay, why am I telling you this story? My dear friends, if I have any money left after my surgery, if you have no objections, I feel like giving this money to our military unit. Yeah, I know some people would say, yeah, we can paraphrase this famous phrase like all soldiers are equal, but some soldiers and all soldiers need vehicles, but some soldiers need vehicles even more, especially when some of them are my cousins. I can't be objective, you know. After I had lost my husband, I can't. I don't want to talk about this. By the way, I had an idea just exactly at this spot. I met very lovely gentleman from NAFO in winter, yeah. So, and I don't know, they are watching my silly videos. Dear gentlemen from NAFO, if you can help, if you can donate at least one vehicle to my cousin's military unit, please, please, please. Okay, what else? I don't remember, my dear friends. I don't remember. Honestly, I'm so terrified by that surgery. I'm just a little covered. Yeah, a little covered.
We are soldiers of a combat unit of the Airborne Assault Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, currently carrying our combat mission in the east of our homeland. We respectfully ask for your assistance in obtaining off-road vehicles needed for our combat mission. Today, vehicles have become expendable assist due to the large number of the enemy FPV drone strikes. In the past week alone, our unit lost 4 vehicles that were attacked by such kamikaze drones. We would be sincerely grateful for your support in helping secure and deliver this much needed equipment. With vehicles, with the soldiers of the combat unit, we will be able to continue faithfully fulfilling our duty to defend our homeland and carry out the combat missions assigned to us, together to victory. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes.
My dear friends, please don't worry about me, and don't write about some alternative methods of healing, of spine treatment. Maybe you don't know, but in 2018 I had huge problems with my back, and I tried all possible and impossible treatments, and it ended very badly for me. And in 2018 I have had already one spinal surgery. So this time I'm not going to repeat that experience. And you know, I can't explain this. All my life I have been so healthy. I had no health issues at all. I think everything started after the Russians had killed my husband, and then I started falling apart. My body, my brain, my mental state. Okay, enough of complaining. So, my dear friends, everything will be okay. This is my farewell video. Yeah. For 2 weeks I will be posting. I'm so positive, yeah. I'm talking about my plans. Okay, I don't know. I have 2 videos about Babakala and my village life. Maybe I will make this video at the hospital. I don't know. Okay, enough, because this video will be too long. My dear friends, thank you for everything. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your support. My God, again I forgot this phrase. Something. My God. I think this is because I'm taking all these pills. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching. Pray for Ukraine, and goodbye, and never, never, never give up. See you, my dear friends.
It seems tonight we'll have a lot of Russian missiles.
There can't be no light if darkness don't exist. He never left my side. He showed me the way out of all the storms raging at the sea. He gave me back my life. I owe him everything.